Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about the Dead Man Logan series. We're going to cover issues 1 through 5. And now I was totally surprised about the existence of this particular run, because at the end of the Old Man Logan series, I was pretty sure that Logan had died fighting Maestro. And it seems this was not the case. He had survived. He was rescued by the X-Men. This seems like a blunder by Marvel Editorial, or a very cheap move to have another #1 come out, which I hate when they do that. And during this particular time in Marvel, they would do that a lot. Between 2015 to 2019, Marvel had this really bad habit of canceling titles, putting out another #1. And it was so irritating as a reader. So Old Man Logan has been brought back from near death. And Cecilia Reyes, who is the resident doctor with the X-Men, tells Logan, look, you have at least 12 months to live. And Wolverine's like, okay, that's all I need, because I have to enact my ultimate vengeance. And in this first story arc, he's going to try to hunt down and kill Mysterio to make sure that the messed up future where he comes from would never happen. Now, for those who don't know, in the original Old Man Logan story, Mysterio had tricked Wolverine into killing all the X-Men. Now, I have to make the observation that's touched on in the story, but never explained, how Mysterio tricked Wolverine's sense of smell, and also something that happens further down in the story. Mysterio somehow is mostly immune to telepaths, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So what happens is Wolverine starts to hunt down Mysterio. He goes to the ever so famous bar with no name. He beats the living crap out of all the villains there, but no one really spills the beans. Now, the really interesting thing is that we have the female Mr. Sinister there, actually Mrs. Sinister or Lady Sinister. For those who don't know, she was actually the character called Black Womb, and she had stolen Mr. Sinister's powers. It's actually a pretty interesting story arc that involves Xavier and Gambit and Sebastian Shaw too. And Lady Sinister had history with Wolverine and Daken too. She's able to peek into Logan's mind and discover why he's hunting down Mysterio. And we get this really cool moment where Lady Sinister realizes that this is an opportunity. She's going to hunt down Mysterio and try to make Wolverine's future happen. So what we get in this story is that Old Man Logan possibly provoked his own future. So Lady Sinister is able to track down Mysterio. He's actually a patient now in a psychiatric hospital. He actually went there voluntarily. It's pretty cool because they actually reference the fact that Deadpool ran over Mysterio with the spider buggy. This was so humiliating for Mysterio that it just broke him. He did not want to be a supervillain anymore. And at first, Mysterio wants nothing to do with Lady Sinister's plans. But she tells him, look, if you don't work with me, Wolverine's going to hunt you down anyways and kill you. So by this moment in the story, we have Old Man Logan teaming up with Hawkeye, sort of mirroring what went down in the original Old Man Logan series. And I have to say that these two characters actually make a really good team up. So what happens with Lady Sinister, she takes Mysterio to Sin, the daughter of Red Skull. She thinks that they have to work together to use her Neo-Hydra forces to help her take over the world, kill off all the world's heroes, and have the villains pretty much take over. I really like the fact that Sin and Lady Sinister are sort of not on the same channel. I actually really love Sin's attitude. She's like, okay, whatever. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but if this brings more chaos to the world, let's do it. So what they do first is to try out Mysterio's powers. They actually trick Old Man Logan into almost killing the Avengers. They make him think that they're the Sinister Six. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, I don't know how Mysterio tricks Wolverine's sense of smell. It's referenced in the story. But it's super cool to see Old Man Logan almost take down the Avengers single-handedly. Also, in this moment of the story, Mysterio actually tricks Lady Sinister, making her think that she's talking to Sin. And she tells her, look, once we enact this plan, we're going to kill off Mysterio. He's just an idiot. So Mysterio totally freaks out over this whole situation. He makes a run for it. Now he has to deal with the fact that not only Old Man Logan wants him dead, if this plan follows through, he's going to get killed by Lady Sinister. And this story really emphasizes on the fact that Mysterio is way in over his head, that he's basically just a common crook, that taking over the world is really not his thing, and that normally dealing with Spider-Man or Daredevil, there's no risk at getting killed normally. Those are two heroes that don't kill. But dealing with Wolverine is totally not cool with him. So what happens is Mysterio goes to Hawkeye pleading for help. He's like, you're a friend to Wolverine. Please talk him out of trying to kill me. He's like, I promise I won't make him kill the X-Men. And Hawkeye actually takes Mysterio to the X-Men. He's actually able to convince Old Man Logan in not killing Mysterio, at least for now. And Mysterio actually tells Logan and company, look, I'll tell you where Sin and Lady Sinister's base of operation is. He's like, you gotta stop those two power-hungry ladies. So what happens is, Mysterio actually sets up this whole situation, which is pretty cool. He actually tricks the X-Men to think that he betrays them. Then, very apparently, in the heat of battle, he double-crosses Sin and Lady Sinister. He casts an illusion on purpose that leads to Crossbones almost getting killed. So now we have everyone wanting Mysterio very dead. Old Man Logan totally loses it and seemingly kills Mysterio in front of everyone. But obviously, Mysterio just faked his death. Now everyone thinks he's dead. And in a way, he actually gives Wolverine some level of closure. He goes back to the insane asylum where he was living, even though Sin had killed everyone there. He just wants to be left alone and in peace.